Good morning. This is a FlossTube Extra, my WIP parade or mid-year WIP parade for 2025. Today is June 11th, 2025, and my name is Tammy. Greetings from Maine. This is Sewfly's Unique Boutique. I just threw this together rather quickly, so I'm not sure how it's going to all work out, but we'll see. First of all, if you are new here or just stumbled upon me, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see. I've got a few, more than a few WIPs. Most of them are in alphabetical order, but the ones that I just grabbed quickly are not. So we're going to start with those ones. Okay. So, hold one second. Okay, I just wanted to, I think I've fixed the light a little bit. There's a little shadow, but it's not that bad. All right, so we're going to start with Cottage Garden Samplings, the Christmas sampler. This one I started in December of 2022. I don't see it getting finished this year. I can hope though. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm doing this on a 16 count parchment, I believe. And this is how far I've gotten. I'm using all the called for threads. And I'm going to try to, well, I have a plan. Not really a plan, but I came up with a new challenge. And I'll explain that to you on Friday in my regular update. These are things that I haven't worked on for 2025 yet. So from Cottage Garden Samplings, as you can tell, I like Cottage Garden Samplings. I have the Halloween sampler. This was one of the first things that Laura, Stitching by the Shore, did on her when she started filming her FlossTube. And I have my active WIPs that I'm doing for this week are out there, and I'll show them to you when I have a regular FlossTube. I think this is done on a 16 count gray. And this is my starting point. I love this one. You're gonna hear that a lot. I love all my WIPs. There's some that tend to give me some not so fuzzy feeling. But most of them I do love. Okay. Oh, there it is. No, I had a picture. Alright, this is the Edgar Allan Poetry. and I was using this for NEE that I had in when I was doing my Stitch Awards. I've wanted to do this one for a while, but then once I got into it, I was like, ooh. But we shall persevere. And so far I've gotten. I've got to fix this bottle here. Once I do that, I'll finish up the bottles, I'll finish up the tree. This is as far as it goes up, so I've got to move this way. And this is on a pearl gray that I dyed myself, 18 count. I dyed it pearl gray myself. Okay. Alright, the next one, I don't have the picture or the pattern for this one right at the moment, but this is Owl Force Embroidery Christmas Bears. I think I'm doing this on a 18 count putty from Forbidden Fiber Company, and this is as far as I've gotten. So, it's got 6 bears. Eventually, one of these days, I will learn how to edit and I'll be able to insert pictures, just not today. Okay, I do not have a picture for this one either, but this is called Vampire's Welcome, or Dracula's Welcome, and it definitely needs a iron. I have not worked on this at all this year. It's done on a 16 count lavender mist from Witch Garden Crafts. Okay, I know I have the pattern for this one somewhere, but this is the April Quaker from the Heart, Needle Art by Wendy. And this is as far as I've gotten. This one needs some love. I think this one is on next month's temperature stitching, I think. Or it's on one of the it might be one of the weekly WIPs. Okay. Now this one I lost the pattern for, bought a new one, and then found it. This is 12 Days of Christmas by Jardin Prave. Have not worked on this for a long time. This is going to have to next month I'm doing not necessarily Christmas in July. I'm doing Jingle Jangle July. This will be a focus. This I started on December 13th, 2024, I believe. And no, 2023. And this is as far as I've gotten. It definitely needs some love. I love Jardin Prave. I'm doing a couple of their seasonal samplers right now. So And usually they don't have very many colors, and believe it or not, when I started this, it went like quickly. So I'm hoping to continue that trend when I haul it back out. Alright. Oh, I forgot my tablet, but that's alright. I'm working on this one next month too, for Jingle Jangle July. This is called Noel. Doing it on an 18 count easy guide. I started this last winter, last fall, and this is as far as I got. So there's like a square with a letter, and then a square, and then a square with a letter, and then a square. It goes down, square, letter, square, letter. I think there's like 4 letters, so there's 4 squares going across, 2 letters per square, and then same down here. It's not very big full coverage. Once I get my Harry Potter completed, this will slide into the place. Okay. Then we have this one. I definitely need to get done. Definitely. Salem Cemetery by the Stitcher Hood. Oops, I think that was the pattern. Yeah, well, sorry. Wasn't supposed to show that, but that's alright. I'm doing this on a 25 count. I will never do anything 2 over 2 on 25 count ever again. That's what this is. So I don't really have that much left. I have pumpkin and a few gravestones. So this is also fight to the finish. And then I don't know where this went, but I think I'm I don't know. I've gotten a lot done. Prairie Schooler, Hocus Pocus. This one I think I have to fix because it's off. The owl I need to finish. I need to move the border down this way. Well, this is hopefully going to be a finish this year. I don't know. Okay. I don't know how many WIPs I have. No clue. And when I was going through my book yesterday, I ended up FFOing a few. No. UFO. Alright, this is Alice in Wonderland by Lizzie's Little Loops. This was a birthday start for me in 2023. I believe I'm doing this on a 16 count French Cafe Mocha. That's where I am. I have to figure out the hair. I think I might have to pull out all this hair here and restart it because I might have too much. Not sure. But yes. This bag I got from Black Cat Stitchery. And I had it custom made just for me. don't normally like vinyl front bags, but I like that one. Alright, what else do we have here? I think these are from my advents. I believe. Yes. This is the Skate and Sled Shop from Country Cottage Needleworks. And I'm doing these on a wrong one. 16 count aqua, snow on aqua printed fabric from Fabric Flare. That's as far as I can tell with that one. This was my 2023 Advent where I did 24 starts. Not doing that again. No. Alright, this is Country Cottage Needleworks Snow Village banner. And this is as far as I've gotten. I think I have to frog the V out. There are those. Gotta find the rest of them. I have no idea where they are. I need to find them. Like I said, organized them not. Oh, this bag came from Jasmine's Custom Bags on Etsy. No. Instagram. I'm all the way from Canada. I love her bags. I really do. I love them. If I could afford them, I'd buy, you know, get more, but it's hard to get a bead on when she's gonna do things. Now, this is Teresa Kogut's Such a Fright. Doing this on a 16 count amber. I was doing this one for my wrestling clue game, but not anymore. And this is as far as I've gotten. And then also in this, oh, and I'm just using one thread. And I do have the card here. Didn't make up one. I started this on August 24th, 2023. I never got to it for Monochromatic May. Doing it on a 16 count amber. Using Weeks Dye Works Swamp Water. And the goal is 1,000. And I have got 1,822. And we have from Good Morning Maui, the Big Bang. It all started with a big bang. It's the cast. We have Bernadette, Howard, Leonard, Penny, Raj, Sheldon, Amy. I'm doing this on a 14 count model that came in a tube. And this is how far I've gotten. When I was doing temperature stitching before, this one came up quite often. So I got quite a bit done. I've got to make a card for this one though. So hopefully, well, with the challenge I have in mind, they should come up. Alright, and then in this bag right here, I have a couple of my Advents. This is the Hope Snow Globe ornament. This is part of my 2023 Advent calendar. Oops, backwards. And this is how far I've gotten. Started on the polar bear. Yay! At least I think that's what that is. Yes. So this definitely has to come out. And I also am, this one was also my 2023 Advent calendar. Jim Shore's Owl. It's a Mill Hill kit. And this is how far I've gotten. Not very much. So these are a definite need love immediately type of stitch. Okay. Next. I tried to work on this, but somewhere along the line I flubbed it, which is normal for me. So this is Queen of Hearts by Long Dog. I do need to work on this month because Andy, the Crow Stitcher, is doing June Dog, hosting June Dog, so gotta get some work on it. And I started this on January 1st, 2025. I am stitching it on a vintage smoky white, and I'm using Sulky 4007. And at this point, I have 3,106 stitches on this. And as you can see, my wing does not meet up with the body, so I'm going to fix that. I'm going to figure out what I did wrong. But that's what I'm working on, this one. And I will definitely have to figure out what I'm doing wrong, because it seems like every time I turn around I end up frogging out just as much as I stitch on this thing. And to think, I have a couple more I want to do. I wanted to get my dog to take a walk before I did this. And now she's outside sunning herself with my daughter. Alright, this one I took a break on because it started to get to be a little bit too much. But I'm going to get back to it. As soon as I can. As soon as I hear it calling to me. Been hearing other things yelling at me, so I've got to do those first. This is Cute Ghosts on a Pond by Sierra Kai Aquill, and it is charted by Stitches So Beautiful. Believe it or not, this is the furthest I've ever gotten on one. I've got over 4,000 stitches on this. My goal is to get 5. And I don't care if they're just 939. It may not look like over 4,000, but it is. Cool. Took forever to get some of those colors in there. Seemed like it was going on forever before I got any color in there. No, no, we got it. We got it. Alright. So that's, I think that that's all the, except for one. That's all the, now we can start on the alphabetical one. And I have mostly pictures. If I need to go get my, I'm going to have to go get my tablet for some reason. Alright. And this one I need my tablet for. So, if you hold on 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, this is the next one I've got. It's called Alice in the Leap Hairs. It is from, I think her name is Simona Candini is the artist, and it was charted by Thread Geeks. And this one's been screaming at me. Literally screaming at me. So, yep, I do have a card for it. Yay! This is Alice in the Leap Hairs. I started this on March 9th, 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count easy guide, using all the called for DMC. Out of 63,504, I have 1,147 stitches in. I need 3,000 is the goal. And I am at 1.81%. And this is going to get worked on today, because today is Wonderland Wednesday. So that's as far as I've gotten. Trying to go block by block in a diagonal. So I'm going to start up here. So it'll be here, 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 and then here. And I'm going to get this one done and this one done. So. I'm loving this one. I'm literally loving this one. So I'm going to put this one over here. Okay. Next. Oh. Where are you? This is the Arctic Fox. I'm doing this one on a 18 count teal I dyed myself. And I'm using all the called for colors. And here it is. I'm not sure what my percents are. I have to find a card for this one. But this is kind of wrangle this. Alright, there we go. This is as far as it goes down. So this, from here to here, is how long it's going to be. So, now I can fox goes right in here. Right here. So, it's that one. And we have the Autumn Quaker by Irana Verbena. I think that's what her name is. Sounds about right. First. No, that's not it. Okay, where are you? Right there. You might not be able to see it very well, but there we go. I did have a photo of it somewhere. I have no idea where it is. Okay. And this is done on an 18 count tea dye. I did myself. And this, once I get into it, I can't stop. Because there's so many little itty bitty finishes. So, there's that. Now this is Autumn Acorns by the Blue Flower. I have finally obtained the Autumn Squirrel. And I'm doing this one on a Fiber on a Whim, cream and sugar, 18 count. This is from Welcome Stitchery. And here it is. Definitely needs an iron. But I'm not sure how I oopsed, but I oopsed somewhere in the star, the quilt block down here. So once I get that figured out, we'll be doing good. I'm using all the called for. I'm using the DMC conversion. Yes. This next one is, as soon as I can find it, it's not down that far, it's back up here. Hold on. Sorry. Ah, right there. This is Bees and Honey by either Ulysses or Euless Blue. Oh, I didn't want to do And I'm doing this one on, do I have a card in here? Oh, I do. Alright, started this on April 24th, 2025. Stitching it on a 25 count vintage smoky white using the called for DMC. My goal is 1,000. Actually, I'm going to change that. I don't have any of the percentages. I've only got 300 stitches done. And this is what it looks like. And I love that. Love it. That's just the border. I haven't even gotten to the meat or potatoes part of this. As some people say, I have to eat my veggies first, which means doing my border. Which is fine because I'm just using one color and it's 1/1 and I'm loving it. Okay. Next one is the cat sampler. And I haven't worked on this one yet either. I do know somewhere I do have a picture of this. I think it's in my new bucket. So I'll have to find it and get it out. Alright. This one is the cat sampler. I started on May 1st. I'm doing it on a 25 count purl, 1/1. I'm using Sulky 4016. And my goal is 2,500 stitches, and I've got 360. And this is on a paper pattern. So. But this is as far as I've gotten, and I'm loving the color. Look at that. Doing monochromatic May was the best thing I ever did. I'm telling you what. I love the fact that, you know, how these silky variegated or blendables come out. If you've never used them, I highly recommend. And there's that one. Okay. Now, in here, oh, it's the Autumn Gnome. This is from Box and Fox. Oh. I don't have a picture for this one either. Gotta get one. So, do I have a card in here for this one? Alright, this is the Autumn Gnome. It's from Box and Fox on Etsy. I started this on May 25th when I was having my Gnome Frenzy. I'm stitching it on an 18 count earthen. I'm using the called for DMC. Out of 25,000, my goal is 25,000 stitches. I got 293 complete. I got his nose in, the start of his hat, and part of his mustache and beard. Now, somebody that I talk to or comments on my videos, she's a very nice lady, loves gnomes, absolutely loves gnomes. I love this lady. She knows who she is too. She loves them. And I get the biggest kick out of her because she's just so funny. And her last comment was, "More gnomes! Yay!" It was so sweet. Alright. That's this one. Oh. This one is my Book of Dragons from Haunted Frames. Book of Frost Dragons. Amanda Elliott, she does the greatest things. I'm telling you, she's got a whole bunch more things that I want to get. And I'm doing this one. I don't have a card for this one, do So I'm gonna make one up. So I'm doing this one on an 18 count teal that I dyed myself, and I'm using all the colorful colors. And I don't know how much I got done. It's a paper pattern, but the last time I worked on it, I got this all done. So I'm gonna work on this again. Oh, this one I definitely have to haul out next month. This is my Christmas Piggy by Stitch a Quote. I'm not putting any of this down in the description box. I'm only putting in my Instagram, my email, and my Facebook. So if you want to get in touch with me, either comment below and ask me where they came from, or catch me on Instagram, you know, go to my Facebook page, go to, you know, email me. But this is my Christmas Piggy. This is the second one I've done, or am doing. My first one was the Christmas Frog. So this one's going to come out next month for Jingle Jangle July. And here it is. Not cute. So cute. Just got to finish up the body. Then I can start working on the wreath here. I haven't changed any colors in this one so far. I did change the colors in the frog because I didn't like the lip color and I didn't like the tummy color. And I didn't like the black in the thing around the pom-pom or the fur around its hat. So I just put in white. And that's what I'm going to do this one. We're just going to take those black stitches out and turn them white. Okay. Next. This is my, what I call my Christmas sampler that's done red, green, and white. I do not have a picture of it. But I did get it off Etsy. I think it's McGlavin. I'll look it up and see if I can find it. So, this is another one that I'm going to work on for Christmas in July. This is my starting point. I don't normally like alphabets. In fact, I really can't stand alphabets. So I decided to take the alphabet that's on here and I changed the letter S. Instead of doing it in red, I did it in green. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here with this alphabet. I'm going to take the letter S and I'm going to do it instead of green, I'm going to do it in red. I'm using Sulkies for this. Bright white, true red, and Christmas green. But here it is. And this is done on a, I believe it's 18 count forbidden fiber bungalow. The white, I will admit, doesn't show up very well, but you can kind of see it in person. Alright, next. I think those ones got UFO. Alright. This is Seasons of Love. I love the tree. I love how it's done. They also have a flag. Same idea. Got this from Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is from the design by Tracy Richards of Wrought Iron Stitching. of it. And you only need red and green. I'm not using copper colors in this one. But doing this on an 18 count silver moon, I believe. And I am using, I think that's right. Yes. Yes, that's right. I am using a Dying for Cross Stitch with, no, Dying for Sass, Mr. Green Jeans, and I think 666. So, if I really buckled down, it probably wouldn't take too much to finish it. So, might be looking at that for finish. Okay. Next one, I don't have a picture for this one either, but I know I've got one kicking around here somewhere. But this is Cross Stitch Foxy. It's an Easter egg. I'm doing this on a 16 count pink. So on that one. And I think I have a picture of this one. Pictures, photos. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but this is from Owl House Stitching. And there it is. Happy Easter. I'm doing this on a 16 or 18 count yellow. And here it is. I didn't get as much done as I would have liked, but I'm not a seasonal stitcher, so working on this during the year does not bother me. Okay. Now, I don't have a picture of this one, but this is from Screaming Heart Designs. It is the Executioner's Block. I started it on August 26, 2023. I'm using a 16 count Wicked and Whimsy fabric. I'm using Salty Black. And as of right now, I have 1,814 stitches. So basically this is just the same motif over and over, like kind of like an ink circles. So I gotta fill in the skull here, and then gotta finish up this here. Then I can work this way and do the same, mirror this over here, and then mirror this over here. And I love the green and the brown. This is called the Executioner's Block. And Wicked and Whimsy, granted, they only do 14 and 16 as far as 8 is concerned, or any fabric is concerned. But the colors that she does are just awesome, as you saw here. I mean, I can't do that. I tried to over... Was it me? Alright. What have we got here? This is not a good picture, but it's either Boo or the family portrait, whichever one you like. It's from Mama Witch Stitch. And I haven't worked on this one yet this year. Oh, but I do have a card. Yay! This is Boo, the family portrait by Mama Witch Stitch. I started this on September 23rd, 2023. I'm doing a 16 count touch of gray. I'm using all the called for DMC. And I've got to put 500 stitches into it. So that's how much I got done. I got part of her face, got part of her chest, and I started to work on the frame a little bit. It's a very fancy filigree frame that's in this. So, I was thinking about, you know, how I did the Gnome Frenzy. Well, I think not this weekend, but next weekend. I wanted to, you know, start Friday and till Monday work on fancy stuff. So it's going to be Fancy Life. Free for all. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do Fancy Life free for all. So it would be like, you know, fancy ladies. I know my friend Claudia has a lot of fancy ladies. Next. Alright, that's this one. Oh! Picture for this one. Yes, fancy ladies. I have two. And that's it. But I have a lot of fancy frames, so that one, oh come on, that might work for me. Oh, there it is. This is my fox gnome. And there's a card in here. Maybe not. Nope. But I started this on May 22nd, 2025. I'm using an 18 count mint from Picture This Plus and called Sephora DMC. And so far I've only got 102 stitches. And there's my fox. I'm gonna do some more work on my poor little fox. More than 102 stitches in him. Yeesh. Next is, oh, these are my Frosty Forest, and the only one that I've gotten started has been the Raccoon Cabin. These are all from Cottage Garden, Country Cottage Needleworks. And there he is in his little house. And I even have his button. Okay, and I'm doing this one on a blue something or other. I really need to figure out where I flubbed. Yep, I flubbed it. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit more than maybe 2 on this piece of fabric. I'm not sure. So, there it is. And it's a combination of DMC and specialty floss. So, like the roof is pecan pie, I think. So, there's that. Alright, next is, oh, this is Gaia, the Earth Goddess. I don't have a picture of her, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get the gist. Okay, Earth Goddess Gaia, Earth Goddess, from Quaternion Creations. Started this on March 31st. I did do a little bit of it for Monochromatic May. Stitching on an 18 count teal dye that I did myself. Or emerald. I'm using Sulky 4051, and so far I have 1,558 stitches. And there it is. And I've definitely got to get this out again because this is going to be a Christmas present for my friend Carol. Her business is called Treasures from Gaia. Next one is, oh, love this one. This is Autumn Lame Stitchery, and it is called Ghost Town. Love this one. Love it. I don't think I have a card for it. Nope. Gonna have to make one. Alright, I'm doing this one on a 18 count haunted using all the colorful colors. That's this one, the button. I was using this for every G I had in any words that I may or may not have, I was doing my stitch word. So now I have to think of other places I can use it, or just use it as like a focus whip. Plastic stuck in there. Yeah, use it for a focus, I think. Oh, this is the Geometric Fox. I do not have a picture for this one, but there's enough going on that you'll get the gist. I'm doing this on an 18 count teal gray, green and gray, and I'm using all silkies. Do not ask me which silkies I'm using. I think one of them is autumn, one of them is sunset. But here's how far I've gotten, and I really need to get this done this year for Christmas. It's going to my stepdaughter's partner, and if there's any left at the bottom, I'm also going to do the geometric shark on on this. I don't know yet, but here it is. And if you look right here, the negative space is the baby fox. So, and there's a big tail that wraps around. So I definitely need to get this one out. I haven't worked on it any this year. Got my bear done, got my moose done. I get my fox done. Once I get my fox done, I can start on the other ones. So either that or just start on more of them. Alright. And then we have, oh, the Halloween scroll. I made out a card for this one yesterday. It's not written in my book. I have no idea when I started it. Nothing. Don't know. Oh wait, hold on. There is a card in here, but it's not. I think. Look at that. Halloween squirrel, the blue flower. Oh, I started it on March 21st, March 21st, 2024. I'm using DMC conversion. Oh my goodness, I did start keeping track of stitches. Oof, I have to rewrite this one. I'm doing it on an 18 count sand. Oh. That's what he looks like, isn't he, Gerald? I know I have some frogging I need to do, but it's alright. Won't be the first time, won't be the last. Okay. Here he is. Move the... Alright, this part I need to frog out. The bottom part. And then this part here, I need to put the rest of his arm in. I'm working on the Dracula. This actually isn't that big. It really isn't that big. And then I have the Halloween acorns, which I'm going to start sometime soon. Because it's got the same colors as there we go. There's that. That one I've been thinking about. The Halloween squirrel. We're not even through one bucket. I think there might be another part tomorrow. Alright. Then, this one, no picture. No, just parts. Alright, this was a stitch along from Stitch Sprout. Doing it on a purple or amethyst 18 count Ada that I dyed myself. There's no picture, just parts. And I had the kitchen done. I have to finish up the living room. Working on the library. This is the laundry room. This is the bedroom. So, this will definitely have to come out at some point. These are the last four in that bucket. Alright, this is... I don't have a picture for this one either. Did not come with one, and I don't want to show the pattern. So, this is Horror Movies by Sherry Nidfer. Started it on April 5th, 2024. I'm doing it on a 16 count Frankenstein. I'm using the Call for DMC. And I have been keeping track of the stitches. So, there it is. We had the Jason mask. I think Jason. Yeah. 13 for Friday the 13th. the glove for Freddy, the black hat, I'm not quite sure. The upside down cross, I don't know. There's a bat. There's the balloon, that's from It, from Stephen King. And oh, big old spider there, and Hannibal Lecter's mask, which I have to finish frogging. So this one has not gotten any love for a very long time. So definitely needs some. Okay. Oh. This is Icy Winter by Climbing Goat Designs. Haven't worked on this in a little bit either. Oh! I started this on February 13th, 2025. I'm stitching it on an 18 count teal. I'm using the called for DMC. The goal is 1,000 and I've got 630. And the only thing I have is the robin and the branch with a little bit of snow. So this definitely needs some attention. Then we have Judge Not by Plum Street Samplers. I started this on March 31st, 2023. It is definitely a fight to the finish. I'm doing it on 16 count Country French Latte. I'm using all the called for floss, and I have 1,034 stitches that I have, when I started counting, I already had stitches in it, so I'm using all the called for colors, and the last time I picked this up, I finished the red. And I started the two sheep next to the red, and so I think I have like 5 more sheep that need to go in. Yes. There is that. And last but not least in this bin, the Prairie Schooler Knock Knock. And this one is done, I do believe, on a lambswool as well, 16 count. And this is as far as I've got. So I still have to do this side here, to the bottom, to the middle. That's it in this bin. So I'm going to pause for a few minutes and I'm going to take care of my mess here, and then we'll go through the full coverage bin, and then tomorrow I'll record part 2, which will go through the rest of my ones that I have over here, the other half of my alphabet. And then we'll go through the smalls. So hold please. Okay. A little much to put away. Alright, so now we're going to go through my full coverages. This one is going to be worked on Friday, so we're going to show that one right now. Okay. Okay. I know exactly where he is. Whoop. Alright, this is Rudolph Peking. It's from Luthean Arts on Etsy, I believe. Ooh, come on. There he is. Really cute. Rudolph Peking by Luthean Arts. I started it on November 30th. 2024. I'm stitching it in an 18 count easy guide Ada. I'm using all the call for DMC. The goal is 3,000. Now, out of 12,400 stitches, I have 2,344. I am at 18.90%. And here it is. I also want to start the Santa's workshop. Alright, there's that one. And then I have a picture of this one, but I just don't have it right now. But this is called Night Before Christmas. It is from Carolyn Manning, doing this on an 18 count Ada, and that's as far as I've gotten. I definitely need to work more on this one. So that one will probably come out next month. Okay, this one I have a picture. I don't need to use the. Oh, need to put Rudolph's card back in there. This is from Celtic Rose Needlecraft, the Queen of Hearts. I love it. I haven't worked on this in a little bit, but I'll get there. This is, I've got over 3,000 on this one. And here's where I've gotten to. Doesn't look like a lot, but it took a while. I worked on this for a whole weekend. And then some. So, Fancy Lady. Well, it's not exactly the traditional Fancy Lady, but for me, I had one. Okay, there's that one. And then, and this one is... Oh. This, I believe, is the, yes. This is the Nocturnal Messenger. I think I got it from Luthean Arts as well. I haven't worked on this one in a while. I have worked on it this year, just haven't worked on it in a while. This was my Saturday stitch for a couple Saturdays. And I have to get this one out again. There it is. I think I have stats. Oop. I have to get cards put in these. Okay. Out of 30,000 stitches, I have 2,384, and I am at 7.95%. Bad. Okay. Then we have Robin Hunter's the designer. It's called Owls. And last time I worked on this one was in March. And the reason I know that is because it was the day I had a very embarrassing test. So now in the picture you see a box that has 4 faces in it. Okay. Now as soon as I get some more stripes going down this way, I'm going to start on that box because it starts right where my finger is. So I'm going to try to do some more stitches this way, do some more stitches this way. So yes, there is that. And I don't know what it is about owls, but for some reason once I got with my husband and met my stepdaughter, I'm like the same thing with polar bears. Ridiculous. Okay, this one I have not started yet, but I want to. And this is Red Fox by Dutch Lady Mystic Arts. He's the artist, and it was charted by Stitches So Beautiful. I have everything but the fabric. So there's that. And I think I'm going to do it on a 25 count 1/1 because this is, oh, it's not that big. 290 by 400, but still. 25 count 1/1. 2 over, no, 2. I don't like the idea of half cross. I just not like that life. I know some people do, but I'm not one of them. Okay. Oh, this one is the one that I'm doing with my friend Claudia. It's called the Owl. This is from Cross Stitch TR on Etsy. And this is what you call confetti hell. Because the owls are nothing but confetti. So I have been working on the background, and I think I might have to frog out all this ear. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm trying to make my way over to this ear here. So, and the white may not show up on camera very well, but it does show up in. There's no way I'm starting this over. Nope, nope, nope. We started this one on Juneteenth, 2024. So it's coming up on a year. So, on Juneteenth, Claudia, haul out your owl. I'll haul out mine. And work on it for the day. Okay. If you want to, that is. Okay. This is the one I am doing for my daughter. Well, it reminds me of my daughter and her friend. And seeing them together, I mean, not that Emily is blonde by any stretch of the imagination, and my daughter is not blonde at all, but there's just something about it that reminds me of the two of them. I think that's why I like it so much. Because when the two of them get together, oh my goodness. I really kind of felt bad for Emily's mom yesterday. Alright, where is it? Did I miss it? Oh, nope. There it is. Gothic Friends. This is by Celtic Needle Art. Celtic Rose Needle Art. And I started this on April 7th, 2025. I'm doing it on a 20 count easy count Aida, and my goal is 3,000, and I've got 809 out of 58,211. I have 809 stitches complete, and I am at 1.39%. And I don't like, I can't stand this parking business. I don't like it. But I don't want to throw it all away just because. Here it is. Isn't it cool? Not much, but it's something. So, just not a big fan of parking. Or diagonals. Okay, next. Oh, I think I have this one over here. Think. Come on. Where are you? I'm here somewhere. That's so sorry. It's not a very good picture, but you get the gist. So, Pattern Keeper does not back stitching. So I'm doing this on an 18 count. Easy guide. This is definitely needs to come out on Wonderland Wednesday. And then this is the one that I'm doing for my daughter. It is 3 cheers. It is a My Chemical Romance album cover. And this is as wide as it is. And I'm doing it on a 16 count easy guide. Once I discovered easy guide, it was like, you know, full coverage didn't seem so scary after that. And then last but not least, I don't have a picture for this one either. There's really not a whole heck of a lot, but this is, I think I might be starting this one over. This is the watercolor Cheshire Cat. And I might be doing this one actually on a colored piece of something, because I can't see it. There it is. This is done on 18 count. So. Alright. And this is what we're going to call the end of part 1. We're almost at an hour and a half. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed part 1. We'll try to get part 2 done tomorrow. Hi, Miss Patches. So, I'll try to get this part 2 done tomorrow and finished. So, it'll be my other bucket of regular WIPs that are in alphabetical order. And it'll be my bucket of small stuff. So, hopefully you enjoyed this, and I guess I'm just going to say bye and keep on stitching on, everybody.